Chow, 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 pow, pow, chow, pow.
Happy day 4 of the Spring Leaning Challenge. We're stoked to have you here today. Today's possibly my favorite content day because what we're about to share with you today is going to be what I believe is the most under talked about, the most undersought, and the biggest contributor to possibly any obstacle that you may have. And the reason why it's undersought and under talked about is because lots of times we fail to consider it. But let me tell you something. This one thing that we're about to talk to you about today, which involves a couple of things, changes everything.
You're such a tease. You're such a tease. Okay, but you're going to want to stick around because, like Sarit said, it's an untalked about element that contributes very greatly to whether or not you are successful at losing weight and keeping it off. Okay, and some of these elements are very easy to change, and some of them not so much. So it's good that we're here because we can help you navigate through that.
So actually, before we even get into today's content, I would love to know from you in the chat, if you could drop what is your biggest struggle, at least the one that you know. While you're dropping that, we're going to do a quick recap of what we went over during the first 3 days. So day number 1, we gave you insight with regards to how to clean up your nutrition. Lots of times we hear people say, Erin and Sarit, I eat clean. How do you know that you're actually eating clean without breaking your head with templates and graphs and charts and all those overwhelming things? So that's what we went over day number 1. In the case that you're joining us for the first time today, just go back and check out the recording. Day number 2, we talked about the power of habits and how your habits unlock your genes. And
my genes? Who's trying to unlock my genes?
Not that kind of genes, the genes that are like genes.
Someone trying to unlock my genes? Girl, get out of here.
Yes, we talked about the concept of genetics and epigenetics and how your habits turn on and off your genetic expression. Yesterday, we went over the fine dance between discipline and not being perfect. And yesterday, you got challenged to abstain from your kryptonite for 24 hours. But before we get into that, Steph Dorwart, I see you. Welcome.
You know what I would love to do?
What?
I want to sprinkle inspiration. Are you guys okay with that? I want to sprinkle you with some inspiration. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Sarit didn't know I was going to do this. I didn't even know I was going to do this, frankly. Although, did you know I was going to do this? No.
Probably.
Okay. She probably really did. Okay, so here's what I would love from you guys. It's going to require participation. Okay, so we're all going to be inspired. For those of you that have been around for a while, you've done, any various programs that we've done. Feel free to say the program, not say the program, it doesn't matter. But what I would love for you to share is what experience you've gotten out of being a part of this community or one of our programs, or just from these type of videos that you've watched, something that is super powerful that just was a complete light bulb moment for you. Or if you want to share some of the results that you've gotten while being in our community to inspire the people who are newer here, that would be amazing. For those of you who are newer here, what I would love to do is, one, have you inspire yourself by saying, writing it out, seeing it written down, this is where I'm going, right? Imagine yourself 6 months from now. I've lost 25 pounds. I feel freaking amazing. This summer was great because I wore my bikini to the beach. Write it out as if you really lived it. Okay, it's gonna feel really good. So that's what I want to start with today.
Okay,
and for anybody who's new, also to share with you, to inspire you, if you didn't hear our story or you haven't heard our story from the beginning. Both Sarit and I struggled with our bodies, with the image itself, with nutrition, with a terrible, terrible relationship with food, yo-yoing, disordered type eating patterns, binge eating, not being able to overcome cravings. And it was like a day by day, like, can I just make it like to the next day without binge eating? And, our stories a turning point in a different way, but just to inspire you really, like I used to weigh about 180 pounds. I wish that I had more pictures because I didn't keep what I don't like about myself. What was the most you weighed?
Well, the most I weighed, I did not even want to step on the scale because I didn't want to confront how
Okay, what size were you?
I got up to a size 9.
Okay, you were size 9. So
I'm like, there's no way. I'm getting to double digits.
and
Just so you know,
she's 5'2", 5'1".
Yeah, just so you know, I'm 5'1". So
I'm
5'1". Yeah.
Okay, so if we can make it through where we have, and we can get to the point where we are, you absolutely 100% can too. Okay, so I'm going to be popping some of these things up on the screen for you guys as we go through this video today, just so that you can be inspired periodically throughout. Obviously, if you can see the comments on whatever platform you're watching on, then you may have already read through a bunch of them. But I just want to thank you guys for your participation. Thank you for your participation. Okay, anywho, so take it away, sweet. I've said enough.
Well, I asked him a question, and then can we
Yes, I got
just like read your guys's like?
Give it back. Okay. Oh, you're here. Gotcha. Portion control. French fries.
French fries, portion control, sweet cravings. Yes, what we're going to talk about today is going to help you manage your cravings. Eating too much dessert. Corinne, I see you.
Eating when I'm tired.
Eating when I'm tired.
Eating because I'm bored. Eating too much because it's tasty. What's
true?
It's so good. The bag of chips is gone, and I don't know what happened. Staying consistent.
Stay consistent. Food. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today also is a huge factor with regards to your cravings. And just go ahead and share in the little thingy here, like 3 wins, because you had them.
Yeah. By the way, you guys, if you want more of these wins, or you had a hard time thinking of what to write, you should be joining us for the Body Fast Track.
Yes, you should.
At bodyfasttrack.com. Okay. What do we got here? Okay. Let me read through it. You get started. I want to find some real.
Okay. In the meantime, I will entertain.
Are you teaching something?
Yeah, dance class. It's called elementary dance class.
Zumba with Suri. We should make a video and put it in the description. Zumba with Aaron and Suri.
Okay.
All right, we got Steph. TKC Raw Inner Circle down 85 pounds. Hey, girl, I didn't realize.
Who's down 85 pounds?
Steph Dormer.
What?
Fell back in love with myself.
She's jacked at 52. You should see her shoulders.
Transform my life inside. Everybody go find Stephanie Dorwart on a Facebook group. Okay, look, she's jerk.
Brother, show me your abs, Dorwart.
All right. Okay, we got a new one here, though. Okay, Allison, she's been all over the place. I know you guys seen her. I've been with these girls in a group for 3 weeks, and OMG, I feel better and more confident and still struggle with eating apart, but this is the most consistent I have been in a long time. You guys, I'm just going to read these on a sad day. This is going to perk me up. Okay. What do we got here?
Let's take 2 more.
Ooh, we got Eldub in the house. Did we read Eldub? Brooke, 1 year, 40 pounds.
Boom. Let's go one more.
Okay. I'm gonna get a good one.
Because I'm ready.
I'm gonna get a good one. Are you guys ready? Give me a drum roll.
Okay, they obviously don't want to watch me dance. So.
Oh yeah, let's go. TKC Raw Inner Circle PP 180. She done it all. Lost about 50 pounds, halfway to my goal. Okay, fasting glucose down from 124 to 89 in 5 months. Mindset revamped, relationship with food totally changed. Totally changed. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your participation.
This is transformation from the inside out. Yo. By the way, transformation sustainably can only happen from the inside out.
Congratulations. I didn't see anybody though say this is where I'm going.
Well, you asked them to do a lot of things. Even I forgot about it. Okay, so you guys, let's get to today's content. So the first thing that I want you to know is that you rise up to your standards. You rise up to your standards, and it is your environment that shapes your standards,
We just went straight into it.
whether you like it or not. So I want to begin by sharing with you guys 2 case studies.
We're gonna do red.
Because when you have a visual, you're really going to be able to get an understanding of how your environment really affects, your cravings and your standards. So let's go. Environment number 1. Environment number 1 is I take you and we get into a helicopter.
Ooh.
And I drop you at a place that you've never been before. Or maybe you have. It is called the college that you used to go to.
Don't take me.
And I put you in a dorm room with a bunch of jobs. And you get to live how they live for an entire week. Now, here's the
You know
kicker.
what I just imagined?
What?
You know those like mac and cheese bowls? And you just
Oh.
peel off the water.
Yeah. So, so you get to go to practice with them, whether they want to play basketball, lacrosse, soccer, whatever it may be, cool, whatever. Other than that,
we're eating ramen and Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yes, ramen, Reese's peanut butter cups, that mac and cheese thing. Like maybe if their parents sent them a care package. So when I first came to this country, I came to this country as a student, and the American parents sent to their kids a care package, and I thought it was like the cutest thing because, like where I come from, like parents don't do that. They just gorgeous with food all the time.
They can't send
So anyways, so let's say, like I was gonna go on a tangent, but let's say mac and cheese, pizza, beer, chicken wings, whatever else they have, cereal.
We're doing egg stands.
Cereal, keg stands, the whole ordeal, okay? You get to live with them for 1 week. Now, yesterday we went over, like, okay, yesterday we started building your discipline, and you're going into it. I'm dropping you off of the helicopter. Your discipline just went up by 1 notch, and here you are. And the music is loud because they're playing loud music, and their neighbors are playing loud music. And you get to share a room with one of them. It's amazing. It's so loud. And then it smells like pizza and socks everywhere.
Pizza.
You know what I mean? Okay, so that is case number 1. Okay.
Environment number 1.
I would love to know from you guys. Like I said before, nobody knows you better than you know yourself. So if I was to ask you this question, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, after you flex your discipline muscle like a little bit harder for the last 24 hours, what would you say is your level of confidence with regards to you being able to, like hang on to whatever it is that you're doing without slipping one? And by the way,
this environment,
you're not allowed to bring your meal prep.
Are they in Jock City?
They're in Jock City.
All right.
Jock City, Jacksonville,
or this could even be like replace this with like whatever you like. Not be because I do not like pizza, which you would be lying.
Yeah, but you're not.
I do not like beer or whatever. Imagine this just to be like an environment that is it's a shit show everywhere, and you are tempted by what's going on. You have a lot of control over. That's what we're.
Yeah, so what you say is your level of confidence that you'll like go like for an entire week, like, okay, I'm going to take the straight and narrow and disciplined path, and ain't nothing gonna stop me. 10 being like for sure, and 1 being like, what are you talking about?
I see 75 as long as you're able to meal prep,
On a scale of 1 to 10,
but you're not able to
come
meal
on,
prep.
listen. My keep the numbers simple.
What's a 1? A 1 is like no chance. 10 is like no doubt. Easy.
No doubt, I got this.
Easy.
Down.
I see a 9.
6, 4, 6, 9, 7, 9. Okay. 9. I'm gonna give you a twist now. So
I see a lot of the high movers are people that are like,
on average right now we're like at a 6. Love that. Calling you from the helicopter.
bring, bring.
To all the moms in the house. So I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. One's for the moms, one for the non-moms who, let's say, are either in a relationship or have a dog. Hey, Gina, I just want to give you a heads up real quick. I know that you don't have your phone on you for a week. However, your daughter Chelsea just broke her arm.
Chelsea.
So I just wanted to let you know we'll do our best to take care of her. So you know she broke her arm. Are you like where would you still be at? I'm just
what is it? Are we still in Job City?
We're still in Job City. So they just got hit with a like
life adversity.
A life adversity happened.
Right.
Like where are you at now? This is for the moms. If you're not a mom. Hey, Gina.
Henry is there.
I just wanted to let you know that
always Gina.
That your dog Charles ran really hard, and apparently somebody in the neighborhood really did not watch where they're driving, and they hit him. Now he's breathing, he's okay. However, I just want you to know that we're going to take him to the hospital. Where are you at? Where are you at?
On my daughter. We're looking for a level of confidence. Okay, so
level of confidence that you're still at that same number. Like where are you currently at on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of, okay, ain't nothing gonna stop me. That's a 10 versus a 1. Oh shit. I'm highly emotional. Pizza, wings. I'm already like smelling it in my sleep. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, so I want to break this down another way rather than like another scenario.
Okay.
Because this is the point that Sarit's trying to get at is like, okay, 2.5. Like some of you, nothing changes. Okay. But let's put this in a different perspective, or maybe something that's more relatable to you, because I don't have a helicopter, but that's a cool scenario.
Well, it's like a 007 like mission.
Well, that's really cool. Okay, got it. I see where you're going.
Come on.
So let's go back to like the graph that we were writing, right? The up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's take COVID. Now, people went one of 2 directions during COVID.
Truth.
They either lost a bunch of weight because all they did for the time was work out, or gained a bunch of weight. It was like literally everybody I talked to was like, I lost a bunch of weight during COVID because I had a bunch of time to work out. Or they're like, I ate my everywhere. So if we think about COVID as a thing that everybody can understand, if you're doing well, let's say on your weight loss journey, you're losing weight. We started at 200. Now we're down to like 185. Cool. We're crushing it. And then 2020 happens. Gyms closed. Don't touch anybody. Don't get around anybody. Don't do anything. Don't move. Okay. Then you're like, I lost my job and this happened and that. Can't get toilet paper, so my butt's poopy. And then you start eating and you're like, oh no. And then you're back up to 200 and they said they were going to open everything and then they didn't. So now, oh no, what is going to happen? I'm running out of money and my butt's poopy. Oh my gosh, 220. And like, it's just, I want you to say yes in the comments if you were ever doing well until something happened.
Did you ever say, I did well until?
Like I was doing really good and then I moved. And then I got in a relationship. And then this happened or changed careers or went on vacation. That's a big one. Something happened.
Or I got a promotion.
Yes.
You sounded like that.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hello.
Yeah, I feel like when we were watching that little segment, it did that.
Hello.
I don't know
Can
why.
you guys hear us? They're saying yes.
No,
You
yes.
just wait this out.
Maybe we can. I don't know where the audio is going to come from.
Should we try?
We can. Please hold. Mhm. Mhm.
We are pivoting, guys. This is how it happens. Pivot.
It might be echoey, but we'll see. If this does better, then great. But if it doesn't do better, then it is not the microphones. So
Is it better?
let us know.
Can we tell them? Can we ask them if it's better? Would it register right now?
Sarit's is worse in terms of cutting in and out.
Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you, Dad. Hello.
I feel like
You plugged in? I think so. Thanks for bearing with us, guys. Are we good? Or should we?
all right. I have a feeling that it's the platform, you guys. So we're gonna do our best. I'm not sure how to navigate. Was it like this on the other days? Or is this the first time that it's like this? We're gonna keep going and talk. So no, I'm not gonna do that. So what Sarit's getting at is like, your environment has a ton to do with what decision you make next. If you're in an environment where there's a bunch of processed food, let's take this again. Let's go back to the moms. Seems like it's better. Let's go back to the moms. If you've got those peanut butter, those orange peanut butter crackers, the orange ones and they have peanut butter on the inside, like fake peanut butter. You get them after soccer games. Good game, good game, good game, good game. And then you go to the mom with the snacks and she's got the peanut butter things or the Oreos. And you got like all this stuff, gushers in it's like the snack cupboard, the snacks. Okay. And you like some of those snacks. How hard is it to stay away from them? Versus if you didn't have any in the house. This is the power of environment. Okay.
Yep. Truth.
Same.
Can I drop them into their second mission? Are you guys ready for mission number 2?
Oh, mission 2. Okay.
Mission number 2.
Okay. Should I go back?
Yes. Let's go back. Okay. I'm still coming to your house and we're getting off in a helicopter. Okay. I'm still going to take away your phone and the same thing is going to happen. If the dog story is relevant to you, then the dog story. If the kid's story resonates with you, then it's the kid's story. One of them broke their arm or their leg or their paw, something. Anyways, case number 2. I get you on a helicopter and I drop you off at our house. And you get to live here for 1 week. Your food is already prepped for you.
Casa INS.
We've got a gym in our garage. You've got your own room. Promise it smells good. Promise it's neat. And just, you unpacked your bag. You're about to get in a workout and you get a phone call. Hey, Gina. Chelsea or Charlie broke their blah, blah, blah. You are feeling ravenous.
You've got to get to the hospital.
What would you say is your level of confidence on a scale of 1 to 10 that ain't nothing gonna stop you that week? 10 being, dude, ain't nothing gonna stop me. Versus 1, I'm gonna break in a minute. Like, where would you be at? Erin and I are there. We can coach you through it. You're like, dude, I'm feeling super overwhelmed right now. Got it. Been there. What's going on? Where are you at?
Gonna be a 10.
Where are you at?
Tammy Bell said she wants to come.
Let's go, Tammy Bell.
8, 9, 4. We're still not feeling very confident. 5, still not feeling very confident.
That's all right. That's all right.
We got a bunch 10. So if you've ever been to one of our in-person events, though, you know, like it is not hard to stay on track because the ain't there. That's not in alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're going to work out.
So where are we at, like an average? I think we're like at an 8 versus a 4, right?
Progress.
And I'm about, so I wanted to give you an analogy so that you can remember it in your head of how much your environment shapes you. 2 people, completely different environments. Now, the reason why I believe that this is the most important topic of conversation is because did you know that more than 40% of Americans over the age of 40 are taking at least 2 medications?
40%?
Yes, are taking at least 2 medications on a regular basis. 40% of, and we're not talking about any other cases, but think about how much of society is overly medicated. It's become the new norm. And currently, 42% of Americans are considered to be morbidly obese. And we're moving at a rate where this is going to increase by 5% every single decade. So for all the moms in the house, by the time that your kid, let's say you have a 2 or 3-year-old right now, by the time that your kid goes to the workforce, the rate of obesity in this country is going to be at about,
it's trending.
It's going to be at around 60%.
Hopefully not.
If it hasn't already touched your family, I'm telling you that it will. And the reason why this topic of conversation is so important, because
can we say what it means by like touch your family? Does it mean that like if you are, if you've taught them well and they go through and like none of you are the obese, it still touches everyone in some way or another. It affects us as the population grows to be more that way. And it's trending that way. Hopefully we have something to do with it going the other way, but that's the current reality.
So this is not just about you, but this is bigger than you, right? And the way that society works, think about, who has the biggest power. Big pharma, big food, big soda. Those are the biggest companies. Okay. And they literally manipulate everything. Right? So their level of control over where we're heading is not going to slow down anytime soon. Which means that unless we make it a point to get educated, to shift our environment, at least to the degree that we have full control over, which I'll share with you in just a little bit, guess what?
It's coming our way.
It's coming our way. I just want you to think about just within the last, not even 3 years, but let's just take, for example, fast food. Right now, you can literally get fast food with the click of a button without even leaving your chair. Right? So you're going to see more fast food restaurants coming up. You're going to see more highly processed foods coming up. You're going to see more highly processed foods that claim to be healthy that are not actually healthy, right? So, you know, two things are going to happen. People who are already in a compromised position are going to be at an even worse situation unless time is now. We change things up, right? And, you know, for those of us who are like where I was 20 years ago, you know, trying to do all the things, you know, trying to find the next diet, the next gimmick, the next solution that apparently is going to change my life when I put one teaspoon in my mouth, right? Like more of these things are going to, you know, manipulate us. So we're going to feel more confused. We're going to gain more weight. We're going to feel more frustrated. Let me tell you something. When you keep trying, like, and I'm just saying from my own experience, when you keep like batting your head against the wall and you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then, you know, like you failed again, it affects you here. Now, granted, it is an amazing opportunity. However, what is your environment like so that you can walk through those challenges, right? And come out stronger on the other side. I used to have debilitating anxiety to a point where I didn't trust myself because food was my coping mechanism and I didn't believe in myself. So every time I had a hard day, it doesn't matter how hard I tried. Every time I hit my head against the wall, what would I do? I would binge eat all the way to a food coma because I didn't actually want to feel my feelings. Who in here has numbed their feelings in the past, whether it's food, with alcohol, with whatever it may be? Right? Like this is not only going to shift our continue to shift our physical health. Did you guys know that obesity is the biggest contributor to chronic disease? Top 10 killers in the United States are chronic diseases. They're all a contributor because we have a compromised lifestyle. We're more sedentary than ever before. It's not going to go away anytime soon. And the like abundance of fast food, convenient food, like unhealthy food is like greater than ever before. Also, technology is more advanced than ever before. So all these apps, click of a button. Oh, what about those Lady A's? For anybody who's got their, you know, Jeff Bezos's
Alexa, play Feeling Good.
yeah, she's playing it right now in
Whoops.
our house too.
You know how I feel.
She listens and she studies your patterns. Do you know how many times before we go to bed, she's like, Erin, it's almost time for you to get your coffee pots. Do you want to get coffee pots? Blah, blah, blah. No. Why do you know my patterns? I'm
Well,
telling
it's
you.
Amazon, like I ordered when I order, how frequently you order. Yeah, it's turning. Eldub's turning off our Alexa. I hope your guys started playing that. But let's go. I'm getting depressed.
No.
So
I'm here because I'm here to empower you. But this is real. The reason why this is important is because it is coming at us at a rate that is faster than we think and is bigger than us.
what
So we want to do everything that we can to optimize the environment that is within our control. And let me tell you something. The reason why we do what we do is because we are on a mission to transform the lives of millions of people through the same movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits that have transformed ours. Okay? And ain't nothing going to stop us. And let me tell you something. The reason why we need you guys to be successful is because we all need to collaborate. We all need to come together. And when we are big enough and strong enough, guess what? We are going to shift, right? So it starts with us. It goes to our local, communities,
Kids,
neighborhood.
family,
when you're
friends.
walking your dog, ooh, you look like you lost weight. What are you doing? Or, ooh, you look like you're getting stronger.
So I'm curious to know, anybody who's in any of our programs been in for a while had great results, like some of the ones that you shared earlier on this video. Has anybody ever said anything to you and asked you, what are you doing? It's a ripple effect. So this is just, it's about you 100%, but it goes even beyond you. It goes to the next ripple, to the next ripple. How many moms here want to be a good influence to their children? Who want their kids to grow up with the knowledge, with the education, to understand what foods are healthy for them, what foods are not. Who wants to be like the inspiration for their kids having good, healthy habits, moving their body, being active, choosing healthy foods so that when they grow up, they're not in the same position that a lot of us have been in, kind of struggling through that vicious cycle of like, try, fall down, try again, fall down, lose hope, try again, fall down, lose more hope. We want to break that. So
the change, here's what we all need to acknowledge. The change starts with us, not with the government. It just needs enough of us because the government is way bigger and way more powerful than us, right? But when we can all come together and we're leading with greatness, guess what? Things are going to change. But until then, like we might have laws and regulations to put cholesterol medication in our water.
okay,
Right? So that being said,
so let's scoot.
when it comes to our environment, right, we have our external environment and it's pushing forces on us, right? Like things are becoming more and more difficult. Now, within your internal environment, within your internal environment, there are 3 contributors, one of which we're going to dive deeper into tomorrow, by the way.
I did this.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's cute.
Okay, so one of which is your physical environment.
Here.
Physical, okay? That's basically the analogy that we gave you guys, right? A scenario A, scenario B. How is your physical environment going to create a greater resistance, especially during, more emotional times, tougher times where we have human moments, right? Like, how is this either going to make things harder for us, or how is it going to benefit us?
Make it smoother.
Okay. And then we have our social environment. So the physical is the what around us. The social is the who around us. Are the people that we're surrounded by, are they making things more difficult for us or smoother for us?
Kids, spouse, coworkers, friends, family. Parents.
Listen, social media. This is your social environment. Anybody in here, maybe you felt more inspired, more motivated. Maybe you've been more consistent over the last 4 days than you have been over the last 40 days. That's the power of the who do you surround yourself with.
What's the third one? What's the third one? What's the third one? What's the third one? Who has guesses? Guess what's the third one?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, you say it. Say it good.
The third one is the internal environment between what's between your ears. Because you can still be in a physical space that's optimized. I'm giving you scenario B right now, right? If you come to our house, I'm going to tell you our physical environment is optimized. Okay. I would like to think that Aaron and I are an inspiring positive force, right? However, if within your ears you're feeling compromised, you're feeling down, you haven't yet learned the skills to flip that script on a hard day, right? Like you can still have all the right environment, but if the voice between your ears is not yet powerful enough to get you to the place that you want to be, you end up self-sabotaging, regardless of, like who's around you and what's around you. So let's just do a quick self-assessment right now. The place that you're in this moment, wherever you're watching it from, we all have different physical environments. Some of you guys have one, some of you have two, some of you have three, some of you, I don't. The current space where you're watching this live stream from, on a scale of 1 to 10, how optimized is it? When I say optimized, I mean
everything's in alignment. Can we talk about alignment really quick so that they have like a good idea of what it needs to be aligned?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about like how optimized is it? We're talking in regards to alignment, meaning it aligns with where I want to go. So really quickly, just so you have some context, we're gonna draw this line in the fastest way from point A, let's say 200 pounds, to point B, it's going to be 140. Just keeping the example similar. Thank you. The fastest way, the smoothest way is from point A to point B is straight across, right? You go up, or if you go down, it's going to take you longer, right? So if you have your family, you got your fam bam, you got work, you got your nutrition, we have your thoughts. Maybe you got your workouts. We're going to put workouts right here because you are on point. Okay. Anything that is off of this line, okay, work is here. My nutrition is way off. Work environment is like, it's not really helpful because there's some stuff in the break room sometimes, but not always. New challenges at work, so sometimes okay. My family, like every night, they want to eat pizza or stroganoff. I talk shitty about myself. My workouts are on point, so that's good. You've got like there's a bunch of different things, elements of your life you could put in here. And when we talk about alignment, we talk about is it on the line to get you from point A to point B as fast and as smooth as possible, right? So it's talking about coming to our house. If you look in our freezer, there is no ice cream in the freezer. There was when your mom was here. Our environment changed. It was harder for Aaron, okay? There's a lot of ice involved. Now, if you go to our fridge, there's not shit. There's not like mayonnaise and things that are going to be, mayonnaise probably doesn't tempt most people. Just grab a spoon. But you know what I mean, right? In the cupboard, there's not a bunch of like, highly processed crackers and chips and things like that. So you come here, the choices that you have are already in alignment with where you want to go, right? They're going to help you get closer to your goals, not whatever negatively affect. Okay. So the goal is if the closer we can get these to this line, the less resistance there is in your environment to get to where you want to go smoothly. Okay. So back to your now you have context. So how aligned is your?
Yeah. So in the chat, I'd love to know from you guys, like how aligned is your physical environment on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being there are no obstacles in my physical environment. Everything about my environment allows me to make a good decision. Everything is in order, which means that, like there's no clutter that makes me overwhelmed and frustrated, right? And, all the food in the house is in complete alignment, right? We talked about nutrition on day one. So it's all wholesome, real food, nothing processed, all of that. Like, where would you rate your environment right now? So you guys
Seems like we're,
7.5.
I don't know, seems like we're at about a 7.
Okay, great. So anywhere between a 7 to an 8. 5. Okay. So it's just feedback, right? So just be aware of that. Write that down in a notebook or a piece of paper. Now, what about your social environment? And I want you to think about the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with. Like, if you had to make a time audit, who are the people that you spend the most amount of time with? Whether you like them or you don't, whether you have to or you don't, from a time audit standpoint, who are the people that you spend the most amount of time with?
Like if you have a newborn baby, that's going to be one of them.
Yes.
Right?
And how are they helping you to move towards your goals on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being they're actually going to go out of their way to make it extremely difficult for you.
10 being that?
Sorry, 1 being that. Thank you so much.
10 being they're going to go out of their way to help you and to assist with
10 being they're inspiring you, they're motivating you, they, are picking you up during tough moments, they're leveling you up, they're rising your ship. What about your social environment? Like, on average, where would that be?
3.2.
Okay.
4, 3, 5, 8, 10, 5.
And then,
yes, you have sabotaging parents. I
made
made you some cookies. I know you're on a diet, but here.
Tomorrow, we're gonna dive deeper to the internal workings. Okay. So before we even get to that, from what I see in the chat, if we were to just average out your environment right now, for physical, you guys are around a 7, and for social, you guys are like at a 4. Okay, so on average, you're at
4.4.
So on average, you're at a 5.5, and this is before we added life adversities. I'm not here to scare you. However, if life is neutral, no adversity, you're at a 5.5, which means that, you're probably going to move forward to some degree if things in your life are neutral. Let's be honest. When was the last time that your life was neutral for more than 3 days? We're like, I can just kick my feet up and I know that the next 3 days are just like,
everything goes
taken care of. When was that last time for you guys? Because I don't remember the last time it was for me. But I also know my life is crazy. So, we're at a 5.5. And that's before we even talk about how beneficial or how constructive or how destructive our internal workings are. Is it any wonder, everybody, why no matter what diet you tried, no matter how many programs you've done, you feel like you're either I know how to drop 20 pounds, but then when I go beyond that, then I gain it all back. Or, like I'm really good for the first 3 weeks and then I, something that I hear very often is, I just never really finish what I start. Is this you? Does this resonate with you? Do you see the power of environment?
That goes internal too. Like we're going to get into it more, but even saying like, I never finish what I start, or I don't follow through.
That's before we even touched internal, you guys. That is before we even touched internal. We're at a 5.5.
I don't know anybody that is a 10 in their internal environment.
If you were at a 10 in your internal environment,
maybe Sadhguru.
Let me tell you something. If you're at a 10, you have worked extremely hard for probably decades. True story. And
even Napoleon Hill would be like a 9.75.
Probably. Yeah.
Because we're human.
Yeah, he had a human moment that took it back.
Yeah.
So, 5.5. So, like, we want to help you. We want to help you to break through this. Because I'll tell you something too. So many of you guys, you know your shit. If I was to tell you, Lisa Lawrence or Melissa Howell, I see your guys' names. I'm like, okay. Before we even dive into any details with nutrition, you have two choices for dinner tonight. Which one will you choose that is in more alignment with your goals? We haven't even gone to what is your size, how tall are you, how much weight you want to lose. Forget the details. Common sense. Okay? We're just using common sense. Dinner A is you get to eat pepperoni pizza with some mushrooms and onions. Dinner B is you get to eat grilled chicken thighs with sweet potatoes and broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Which would you choose that will help you to get to your goals? I don't even know the details of your story.
Everybody knows.
A or B? And why?
B. I want to. I think this is a super important distinction, and it is on the topic that we're talking about. So, Melissa, thank you for this. Does anybody else feel like, no, I'm the one that's the problem? Like, it's not, what's around me. Like, I'm the problem, right? Like, it's hard for me to say no when I go places and I'm offered something or I know it's available to me. I'm the problem. This is why we're saying your physical environment can either help you or hinder you. Because if you go to a restaurant and all they have is fried food, good luck. At that point, is it you? Maybe, yes, it's true. You have a hard time saying no, or when somebody offers you something, you don't want to make it feel bad and things like that, which we'll end up talking about, especially if you're going to make money faster. For sure, you're going to stop. How the heck do I say no without making somebody feel bad? Without hurting their feelings. I know I don't want to eat it, but I also know if I say no, that I made it for you. Right? So your physical environment does matter. It makes it either easier for you to make the right choice or harder for you to make the right choice. So it's kind of both, right? It's yes, working on my discipline. Yes, working on my, skill and ability to say no, but also knowing yourself and putting yourself in the environments that don't make it so hard for you to make the right choice. Mm-hmm. This is a really great prompt for me. Thank you.
So you guys know what to do. You know what to do. Why do we continue to stumble and fall? Because of this, mainly. right? Like the last couple of days, like, yes, there are things that we can learn more, but I'm telling you, this is the biggest one. We haven't even gone to the internal environment and the internal workings, which today we're going to spend all day tomorrow. And 1 hour is not even enough. So I want to get to today's challenge, but I want to share with you with regards to the Banging Body Fast Track. Like, what do you like get once you come out of those 2.5 days? Now, of course, if you do the VIP, you're also going to get sore because we're going to work out together every morning for those 3 days.
VIP is going to be like a live burn zone.
If you got the Bang Body Fast Track and you want to upgrade, I think, can they just text the support line or something so that you guys
They want to
can
upgrade?
work out with us? VIP gets to work out with us every single morning, and for lunchtime, we're also going to be doing a live Q&A. So,
yeah, you can go to bodyfasttrack.com if you want to jump in there. Guys, it's only $97 for 3 days, full days, 2.5 to be precise, 2.5 full days with us, where you're going to create a workout plan, create a nutrition plan for yourself that you can execute over 4 or 8 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. And then we're also going to go over in more detail all of the things that we're talking about here to set you up for success. If you do want to upgrade, if you already jumped in, but you want to upgrade, do the workouts with us, so get the recordings. I think there's a few other bonuses. Just text the little thing that's going down at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. So within those 3 days, this is just a what am I getting, that's like tangible for me. So like Aaron said, from a movement standpoint, you're going to get a 4-week workout program that you have built yourself, and we have coached you on how to do that. So you love it. It's fun. It is safe, depending on what you got going on in your joints, right? And it's effective in a way that's going to help you to get to your results. From a nutrition standpoint, you're going to gain an understanding of we're going to go deeper with regards to the quality component, right? Because we literally only had an hour and we still went over by like 30 minutes, right? However, you're going to get an understanding of how do I know how much to eat in a way that doesn't require me to take a freaking scale with me everywhere I go. Because let's be honest, that's not sustainable, right? So you're going to get an understanding with regards to how much you should eat in a way that works for you. And also together, we're gonna be helping you to put together a meal plan so that you can get into execution mode, right? We know
But again, a meal plan that you
have created based on what we're teaching you, from the what, the how much, and how does that affect my body and my preferences and my schedules and all of that. Okay.
With built-in treats too.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be just like, oh, I'm eating chicken breast and brown rice every day.
From an environmental component, we're going to dive deeper, especially with the internal workings part. Okay. We're going to help you discover things about yourself that you haven't even considered before. And from an environmental standpoint, we're going to teach you the art of setting boundaries. We're going to give you mechanisms on how do you set boundaries for, again, whether it's with your physical environment, your social environment, and your internal environment. When you set boundaries, right, it's like, ever been to a bowling alley? You have those things that allow the ball to go all the way to whatever, all the way to the pins, no matter what. That's what boundaries are to environment. It's like smooth sailing no matter what. You don't even have to know your shit, and you'll make better decisions, right? And then from the social component, we're also going to be doing real life examples from you guys in the room of what are you walking through. And we're going to role play with you. And if you get the recordings, you'll be able to re-listen to it. How do I tell my spouse? I'm telling you guys, what I've seen as a coach, we've coached thousands of people. The biggest obstacle that comes in our way is our environment. It's either the ones that we love that sometimes could be the most harmful ones, and it's the most complicated ones, and the voice within. The most difficult thing. How do we overcome that? How do we conquer that? Also, how do we set up a plan for the next year? So you're going to come out with all of that. Okay, we're going to put into you so much information and tools so that you can get into execution mode instead of in a matter of 8 weeks, in a matter of 2.5 days. Because we know that results and speed, right? Like results love speed, right? Who in here felt inspired and motivated when you got better results sooner rather than later? We want to help you with that. Some of you guys, like when you come to our programs, maybe, like your metabolism has stalled. And we're like, okay, well, we got to burn out the fire first. And it could feel extremely discouraging. We want to do everything that we can to take away any barrier that will stand in the way of you not achieving fast results, because we know that when you're watching TV at night, there's going to be, like probably a new thing that's going to like vibrate on you, that's going to tell you that you can eat shit and lose 20 pounds. I'm telling you, the way that society is working, unless we learn the tools and the tactics and the skills and we implement the habits, and as a society we get our shit together, things are not going to look good for us and our kids.
Who struggles with emotional eating? I just had an idea.
What?
But I want to know who has a hard time with emotional eating. Put E for emotional eating in the comments. Put an E. Put an E if you would like to know how do I not be such an emotionally eating monster. Oh! I think it's probably like one of the most common things. So look, the good news is you're not alone. The better news is anybody who signs up for the Bang Your Body Fast Track before the end of Sunday, we're going to give them the Overcoming Emotional Eating course. You're welcome. So now you really don't have a reason to not do it.
Yeah, we wanna help you guys win.
Go
put a 1-year plan. 1-year plan.
1 year.
Okay, so I want to get to today's challenge.
1 year.
While Erin is writing it down, accountability check in the chat. We have already completed 3 days. Today's day number 4. And you could have earned up to 9 points by now. On a scale of 0 to 9, where are you at with regards to following through with the action steps? Let's see you. Let's see you. Let's roll. Let's roll. So
what do we
for today's environmental challenge, you're going to do 4 action steps in total. The environment one includes 2. However, we're going to put it under one umbrella. Is that fair, you guys? So action step number 1, you already know by now. You're probably feeling it in your booty, in your arms, in your abs by now.
so ahead of you.
30 minutes of intentional movement. Okay, whatever you've been following, just follow that.
Does this count?
Hey now. Now, with you're going to do a little bit of environmental auditing. Okay. When it comes to environmental auditing, actually, I'm just going to like throw in a teaching real quick. When it comes to optimizing your environment, there are a couple of things you can do. You can either submerge yourself, like if you were to literally fly off the helicopter up to here, you're going to submerge yourself in our environment. Okay.
Optimize.
I think so. You can immerse yourself, right? That's like whenever we have ES Live, all of you guys who've been to ES Live, you've immersed yourself. You have felt the positivity, the energy, the alignment with the food, with the lifestyle, with the, it's just amazing, right? So that's immersion. You can reach up, like right now you're reaching up by hanging out here with us, right? Because this is inspiring, it's motivating, it's educating. It's only going to help you to make one better decision. Then you have reached up, okay? Or you can limit, which means less exposure, or eliminate.
No
exposure whatsoever.
Throw it away.
Okay.
Don't throw your kids away.
So today you're gonna be doing two things. You're going to follow through with reaching up socially, and you're going to eliminate physically. Okay. Socially, what you're going to do is you're going to reach up in the Facebook group and you're going to comment or DM to whatever is your degree of comfort. To all of my extroverts, DM. If you're an extreme introvert, comment.
What are we commenting on?
Comment on somebody's post that has been inspiring you this week. If you've seen someone that you're like, dude, man, like you're inspiring. I love how you're showing up. Tomorrow's Flex Friday, by the way. Like, just give them a holler. Okay, reach up. So you're going to do that for two people, two different people in the community, not in your home. No thing like, oh, honey, nice shirt today. You can do that too, but that does not account for your point. Okay. And the elimination is going to be for two things that are in your house that you have not used for 6 months or are really hindering you from your goals if it's food related. If it's food related, you can either toss it out or if it's something else. If you haven't used it in 6 months, you're probably not going to use it. Just toss it out.
Okay. This is a real challenge for anybody who is saving their fat flows.
Oh, yes.
You know where I'm going. As like a just in case I need them, I challenge you to let that be the thing you eliminate.
Yep.
Burn the ships. Burn the ship because I don't want to buy new of those clothes. So I better, you know what I mean? So who has those? Who accepts that challenge? Who has those clothes?
2 pieces of clothing. We're making a pivot, guys. If it's for the things, it's 2 pieces of clothing that do not serve you.
Just got rid of 2 grocery bags. That might not apply to everybody, but
Or food. Okay. So 30 minutes of working out. You're going to do an environmental optimization practice by reaching up. You're going to holler to whatever degree of challenge it is for you, to 2 people in the community on the page who have been inspiring. Some of you guys have shown up, you're probably going to get DM'd like it's no one's business, like fireworks tonight. Good. That's going to inspire you to keep showing up. The more we can see you, the more we can see you. And that goes for all of you in the community. And it is so inspiring. And then make a Facebook post about what did you eliminate. And of course, it's Flex Friday tomorrow. So better be a flex. Yeah.
Alexis, I want to see you flex in there. You guys, Alexis and Juan go to the same CrossFit gym that we go to. So it's fun to see you guys here.
Oh,
Alexis was like, he will be so excited to see me throw something away. That's amazing. Okie dokie. Also, fun fact, Alexis is my partner for a CrossFit competition in a week and 2 days.
hey now.
I'll
You're
post
reaching up in your environment.
I am reaching out to girls and beasts, man. Girls and beasts. Okay, so this is your challenge for today. And that's it.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna dive into the internal workings, which
Let's
I
get
know,
fired up.
is a topic that if you've been in our community, you appreciate. If you haven't, if you're new to the community, you would definitely appreciate. Okay, we love you guys. We believe in you guys. Thank you for showing up. Let's go be the change the world needs to hear and see. We'll see you tomorrow for day number 5. In the meantime, take care.
See ya.
Bye, guys.